What's up, guys? Today I'm over here working in the garage and I figured I would film a video for y'all because it's been a minute and we are actually working on the NA Miata. We're going to be going ahead and finishing the part out. If you haven't already figured out, we're getting rid of this car, so I'm pulling all the parts today. That is the goal. We're going to pull all the parts and then get this thing ready to be sent to the junkyard. So this will be the last video on the NA Miata. Here I have a list that I made up of everything that I have to pull today. So first thing I'm gonna do is do the tail lights, headlight covers, headlight motors, bumper lights, side markers. We're just gonna go through and do the lights now. So that's pretty much everything that has to do with lights. That's the first 5 things. Now, pop-up switch, console lid, and window switch, I actually already had pulled. So we have all these and the screws. Same thing with these window switches. And then we'll be moving on to actually going over to the car and are actually gonna start pulling stuff directly out of it. We now have the climate control out, ECU, and these little switches and a little dummy switch. So we can go ahead and cross these off. And ECU. Now we gotta do seat brace. The seat brace is actually a pretty cool OEM part. It is up on where the B-pillar area would be. It goes across and stiffens the chassis. It was an OEM piece. I wish I could put it in the NB. I might be able to, but I have to like pull off all the caps and whatnot. So as of right now, we're just gonna pull it out of the NA. This is what I meant by where it goes across and it stiffens it up. But we'll pull this out, move it over. Set that up there, I guess. I have the bolts, and I also still have both top caps to cover where the bolts go. This tool has to be by far my favorite thing I've probably bought for working on any kind of car. Hopefully by getting this car completely parted out and actually sent off to the junkyard, we can get T's 240, the S13 hatch in here, and get him to start working on that. We got to go ahead and do some rust repair on that, and then he wants to start, of course, then doing like cosmetic and performance mods or whatever. As of now though, I'm going to move on to the next thing. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the clock spring with the switches and then pull the gauge cluster. So that's going to result in me taking off the steering wheel and, well, this thing. Normally these go for a good chunk of change, but this one's broke and all nasty. And then same thing with the tombstone down there. Those are also go for a good chunk of change. I mean, I'm talking $50 to $80 for both of those. Unfortunately, both of them in this car were broke when I got it, so. So now we have the cluster out. I pulled the sun visors while we were over there. So we go like that and that. And then the actual luggage rack is already off, so we'll just mark that. And now these 3 here with the stars are actually things I need to save for the NB manual swap. So I need to pull those and set those aside for actually myself. I went ahead and pulled the clutch pedal assembly. I didn't film it because it's quite awkward laying underneath the dash and undoing bolts, especially if I was trying to film it. So that is the last thing on our list here. So that completes the part out. Of course, we pulled the engine in the previous video say goodbye, have one good last look at the donor car. The car that was supposed to be a full-on drift project that just turned into a part-out donor car. The big thing was not necessarily frame rail underneath, but this part of the frame right here, it's super raunched out. And I mean, of course you could patch all that, but it's like, it would take a lot of money to get that car to where I wanted to get it for a drift project. And then I realized maybe I should just save my money, not jump all the way and try to redo a complete junker like that and pick up something else that's a little bit cooler. As of right now, we're gonna be swapping the NB Miata in the future and just chilling. Hopefully we can get T's car in here like I said and work on that. Other than that, that is all for today, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more content. Hopefully we can get that S13 hatch in here of T's, get some work on it and make some videos on that. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned. Peace.
Everywhere I go, I see no hope. Go outside, get the fuck off your phone. You're